Now, what I was going to talk about today is about jazz. Jazz is an oral tradition, and has to relate to the people. You know, we study it in a complex manner, but we should realize that all music is a craft. It's a craft which we want to learn. So, for instance, there's some different exercises I learned, say, from students at Phil Woods, and of course my years with George Coleman. If we practice something, we want to learn to do it in a repetitive manner, and we want to do the same thing tomorrow. For instance, we may have a simple pattern. We want to learn to repeat that over and over. Let's say if I'm practicing, maybe I could go. So, the idea of practice is practice. It's usually done by yourself. And if we're a beginning student, we need to start out just learning our scales and our patterns. There's so many great books on that available. Patterns for jazz, Close studies for saxophone, clarinet studies, scale books. There's your simple exercises where you could play up to the ninth or the root. If we're just learning scale, say it's C major on the alto. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you look at the piano, if we have the piano, it's just like the 5 fingers of our hands. It's not really that deep. If I'm going to play that on piano, transpose the key, I'm going to play C major on the piano. If you have a piano around, it's good. You can easily see C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. Good. It's really not that deep. So we have a major scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 3, 5. Every other note makes your chord. I'll transpose that to saxophone. And etc. So that could be our practice if we're just starting out. We want to practice in a way to learn all 12 scales, and it's really not possible in a short amount of time. I'll be honest with you. It's going to take time. At one point, I was practicing, and I still practice hours a day. I'm still practicing hours a day. It takes a long time. It depends on what your goal for music is. If you just want to play to have some fun, have some joy, that's okay too. You can get a book, a music book, learn to read music, read some tunes. If you want to play jazz, you got to listen to jazz. Like I said in another video, everything's going to go through Charlie Parker. You got to go back to Coleman Hawkins, Charlie Parker, Don Byas, Ben Webster, to get to John Coltrane, Michael Brecker, and the New Young Crew. Everything came through Charlie Parker, though. So everything came through Charlie Parker. But we want to practice things slowly. So today, for the young people starting out, how can I learn an instrument? How can I learn jazz? How can I learn classical? It's really about practicing, and practicing with a goal in mind, goal-oriented practice. So if we just want to learn some patterns, we're going to start doing that, learning a major scale, learning a minor scale, and just learn to move forward with that. Okay, that's a short video for today. We'll talk more about something else next time. Cheerio.